Do you want to make a little extra money? Do you want to pad your retirement? Do you want to help pay for your kids' college? Here are 50 solid side hustles to help you do that. They are all viable options. If you decide to do any of them, you really lean into it to get the most out of it. So the more you put into it, the more you'll get out of it. And let me know in the comments if you want a PDF of this so you can have it for yourself to reference going forward, because we can make a PDF an option too. I like it sort of as a checklist, and I often forget some of these options, so it's good to reference once again. But save this video to reference it too. Here we go. Plasma donation. So I did a bunch of calling around in New York City. You could do plasma donation for about 40 to 50 bucks a visit. You could do 2 visits a week, so it could mean that you make around $400 a month. Other places they'll pay more, so just check your area. And it's possible to qualify for antibody programs that will pay more. So that's a different thing, but related to it. The next thing are referee sporting events. Get trained to referee sports, and you can get approximately $50 to $110 per 90-minute soccer game, for example. So there's a lot of sports out there to referee, and I think it'd be a really pleasant way to make money, and it's a great one for teens or older teens who can ref games. Academic coordinator. They are for study abroad programs where they help place kids in the right home or program. Dog walking or dog boarding. Check your local ordinances if you need to have certification, but for the boarding part. Dog walking, you can just do with anywhere. Oh, here's my little mic. Organizing, hourly or project based. You can organize people's homes. You can organize garages. You could organize, storage units, whatever it is. That can be a great side hustle. I find that very satisfying. Mortgage loan officer. People are saying that's a great one. Mystery shopping. People are saying they make some money with that one. Focus groups, some pay higher than others, but there's tons of focus groups out there, and I'd say go for the higher paying ones. My friend has made some money off of those. Remote travel agency. So you would book travel remotely, basically a freelance remote travel agent. Amazon Flex. That's where you deliver Amazon, but you use your own car. So you're not a full-time employee of Amazon. Create a website that is paid access, an up-to-date database for various college programs. Pick a niche, like a specific college program. Make it searchable by size, selectivity, and state. Now, I know someone who did this around nursing programs, and she has it ongoing, and she makes money on this website. The effort was creating a website and a database, and then yearly they update it to make sure it's accurate. But there's some programs like nursing that are so niche that going to one source to find all of them is extremely valuable to somebody and worth paying for. All right, do childcare, whether it's babysitting, whether it's, you have regular dates, like people want to go on date nights. You can do, okay, well, I do date night babysitting every, Thursday and Friday night regularly for these families. Whatever the deal is, you can do some form of childcare. House cleaning, event planning, bartending and serving, teaching English. My friend even did that in Japan, but you could do it online, you could do it in person, etc. Writing grant or donation appeal letters for nonprofits, if you have some writing skills or you're familiar with the nonprofit world. Work for an event staffing company, and that gives you a very flexible schedule. Sell clothes online like Poshmark, eBay, etc. If you have land, plant something en masse, like a large amount of something, and sell at farmers markets, or do you pick events. That could be lavender. One family did it with just a ton of lavender on their land. It could be a certain kind of flower. It could be pumpkins, whatever it is. If you have land, there's some ways to take advantage of it, and there's more on the list coming. Oh yeah, and if you have land, rent it out. You can rent it out for camping or glamping. There's websites, one doesn't exist anymore, which was called Tenter, but there's others where they arrange the glamping on your land, so you coordinate with them. I think that's an excellent thing, and I've done that glamping where I've been the one glamping, and I really liked it. Do social media marketing for businesses. Even local businesses, if you find one, you can offer your services and do some demos for them, and then really ingrain yourself in their social media marketing services. Like, if it's a hair care place near you, you could always volunteer to come by one day a week, get a bunch of content, create it for them, and deliver it to them. Food for thought. Virtual personal assistant. I kind of think I'd enjoy trying this one. Mowing, landscaping. You could offer all of your neighbors. You could offer the town over. This is something that could be as big or small as you want it to be. I'd like to piggyback on that and actually say you can also offer car wash. Get certified in another skill that you can then use on evenings or weekends if you have a full-time job, like yoga, like hypnotherapy. Think outside of the box as far as certifications that you could get that you could then make additional money with. Be the person that drives people to the airport. Have a flat fee for your neighborhood or town and be an airport driver. There are also websites where you can drive kids to activities. They do background checks and stuff, but it's sort of like the Uber for kids. And I have a friend that uses it for her kids. So you could be that kind of driver too. You can get certified to teach driver's ed. You can flip items on Facebook Marketplace, but I'd also encourage you to go see my other video. We'll see if I can learn how to do like a link somewhere. That is a whole list of places to sell stuff that are alternatives to Facebook Marketplace. If you're trying to avoid Facebook for whatever reasons, there's a lot of places where you can flip stuff. Just get a part-time retail job. You could even get one somewhere that you would benefit from. If it's a movie theater, then you get free passes to movies and you love movies and you love going, and it would save you money and earn you money. You know, think about a part-time job in that context. There's something called MPO. I actually don't know what it stands for, but I have looked into it. It's where you volunteer for sporting events, let's say working concessions, and then they donate money to, let's say, your kids' college fund as a way of making that payment tax-free for you. So you don't have to pay money on the taxes because you volunteered. They donated to your kids' college fund or whatever the deal is. They might be able to donate other places too, but I know parents who do it and they enjoy it too. So, all right, there's a service called Poplin, and there's probably more of them, but that's where you do people's laundry. I don't know if you pick up and drop off, but it comes to you, you wash it, fold it, and then it goes back out. So it's sort of like if you're going to do laundry anyway, maybe you get paid to do it for other people too. All right, there's something called letter writing. You might get some as little as $5 a letter, or you might get a lot more than that. I do know people that say that they do that and they make some money on the side with it for real, but look into it. It's a little unclear to me how it works, but letter writing. Sign up to be an expert witness on something. If you're an expert on something, sign up to be an expert witness on something. That actually sounds very interesting, and I will be looking into that further. So let me know in the comments if you want to know what I learned. Tutoring. Tutor. Maybe you're really good at math, or maybe you're really good at English, or maybe you're really good at photography. You can tutor whatever it is that you're good at. Oh, you speak another language? Tutor that language. Tutor. And now the pay rate for tutors can be very high. Tutor for the SATs. I mean, I could go on tutoring. Medical courier. I'm interested in exploring this too. You're literally the one taking things from, let's say, hospital to hospital, or medical facility to medical facility. A medical courier. Look into it. A medical dummy for training. There's a very famous TikToker who is very frugal and does all these side gigs, and that's one of the things he does. Just to elaborate a little bit more on that, a medical dummy is where they can practice not pretending to be, but they're in training as doctors or nurses or whatever, that they get to come in and do, you pretend to have an ailment. They have to sort of go through their line of questioning to figure out what that is. It actually seems kind of fun. It's a little bit of acting, and I'd be interested in trying it. All right, there's this thing going around right now where they're talking about reviewing songs for money on Spotify. Now, Spotify does not pay you to review songs, but some third-party platforms pay you. If you have a large enough platform and you've signed up with them and they've approved you, you'll be able to create playlists and all that kind of stuff, which helps them get certain songs more viral, more playtime, etc. So it's a third party working through Spotify. Okay, create a social media account across, let's say, TikTok and Instagram that's in a niche. The niche could be baking. It could be specific baking, only cookies. It could be cleaning. It could be a craft you're good at. It could be soccer. It could be anything. And build that all around that niche, and then have affiliate links that sell the things that are related to the niche. So you'll have to do a bunch of videos around that niche, but maybe it's just all about soccer cleats and soccer balls and shin guards. Then you do a lot of kicking videos, a lot of soccer videos, a lot of how to best tie your shoelace videos. And then in the links associated with the social media, you'll do affiliate links, and when people go buy those things, you'll get a percentage. There's a long-winded way of saying that. Join a consulting platform and get paid to be a consultant. You can set your rates. So let's say you're a business genius, an economics genius, whatever your deal is. You can go onto these platforms, register, and set your hourly rate as a consultant. I'm also going to look into this. Some platforms, I mean, GLG came up a bunch, but then a lot of the comments were saying they're terrible. So maybe skip that one. I'm not really sure. I can't speak personally. But there's one called GuidePoint, Alpha Sites, Dialecta, and Pre-Scouter. I'll put these all in the description of the video. You could create a product that's very simple but customized and sell it on Etsy. Etsy and Etsy shoppers love things that are customized. So even if it is so simple as having a blank mug that you do really a good lettering on with your hand, you can sell that one product custom 1,000,000 times over, and do videos on social media showing you do it. That'll help you promote it. But you can use Etsy and create something that is customizable, and it will do better than a non-customizable product. You can rent out your car, just like people rent cars through all those other companies we know about. You can rent your personal car out. So think about that for extra cash. And motorcycle and boat. You can rent out your home gym to personal trainers or people in the neighborhood or whatever who as a tiny gym. You know, you can make sure you have the paperwork signed so that you're protected should anything happen to them. But you could take advantage of these things that you currently have and make some more money off of them. You could list a room in your place to Airbnb as a room for rent. I mean, there's even couch surfing. So you can even rent your couch. I have a friend that did this a lot, and she was a single woman living in New York City, and she rented her couch to couch surfers. So you can definitely look at what you have and make the most of it. If you have a collection of anything interesting, you can rent it as props for TV, movies, etc. You rent it to prop houses. You sort of become their outside vendor. Maybe you have a really cool car or motorcycle. Maybe you have a collection of crazy boomboxes. Maybe something vintage or interesting. You can contact these places and say, I have this to rent, and they will then take a note of it, and you will become their source for that. Help move furniture locally. Become a man with a van, that sort of rental thing where you get paid just to help somebody get their couch from here to there. Or, you know, whatever it is. Or you can move junk and take it to the dump. You can do these sort of one-offs if you have the right car and you can lift some stuff. Look up Amazon On-Site. It is a way to make reviews of products sold on Amazon. You have to get approved by Amazon. But then those reviews will be linked to pages that if somebody clicks on your video, which is your video review, and then ends up buying the product, you'll get a cut of it. So Amazon On-Site. You can buy small profitable businesses through websites. Like there's flippa.com and loopnet.com. There's a lot of others too. You have to make sure it's not the business you're looking at really exists and isn't a scam. But there are small businesses out there where people are ready to sell them, and you can get in on it without having to have built it. List your skills on an Upwork and Fiverr and sites like that. So if you have some skills that would be useful there, maybe it's styling, like you're a great stylist and you could do that remotely. Maybe it's your graphic artist. Maybe it's you do watercolor. Whatever your deal is, you can list a skill on there and put whatever rates you want. So consider Fiverr, Upwork, and then there's probably more. And lastly, join TaskRabbit if you have relevant skills. Sometimes TaskRabbit's just about moving a couch. Sometimes it's about hanging a shelf. Sometimes it requires more skill. Sometimes it's less skill. Sometimes it's just painting a room, which you don't need a ton of skill at. So consider TaskRabbit for some skills you might currently have. And again, you get to set your own rate. That was 50 new items. 50 great side hustles. Let me know which ones you're going to try or what you've tried and hasn't worked. I'm definitely diving into some of these and I will report back. So follow for more, and I hope that was helpful.